In this video, we're learning how to find the vertex of a quadratic in standard form. And if you look at the top of the screen, we're going to have some steps we can use when we're finding the vertex of a quadratic in standard form. So what we want to do first is find the x-coordinate of the vertex using this equation, x equals negative b over 2a. And then we want to plug that value that we found for the x-coordinate of the vertex back into the equation to find the y-coordinate. So let's jump into example 1. So in example 1, we have f of x is equal to x squared plus 6x minus 8. And let's just remember what standard form is really quickly. So standard form is a quadratic that is written in the form y, or f of x, equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So in this given quadratic that we have for number 1, our a value is 1, because there's a 1 in front of this x squared. So if there's nothing in front of the x squared, it's like there's a 1. So a is 1. Our b value is that positive 6 that's in front of our x, and our c value is negative 8. So now what we want to do first is find the x-coordinate of the vertex using this equation, x equals negative b over 2a. So this equation is very important when finding the vertex of a quadratic in standard form. You have to know this equation or else it's going to be really hard to find the vertex. So what we're going to do is we are going to plug in our b and our a value, and we're going to figure out what the x-coordinate of the vertex is. So we know our b value is 6, so we have negative 6 over 2 times our a value of 1. And now we're going to simplify this. So we have negative 6 on the top, 2 times 1 on the bottom is 2, and negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. So we know the x-coordinate of our vertex is negative 3. And now what we want to do is we're going to plug that into our original equation to find the y-coordinate. So we're going to say f of negative 3, and we're going to plug in negative 3 for x. So we have negative 3 squared plus 6 times negative 3 minus 8. And we are going to simplify this. So negative 3 squared is positive 9. Positive 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. And we have minus 8. 9 minus 18 gives us negative 9 minus 8. And negative 9 minus 8 is negative 17. So we get that f of negative 3, and I'll just carry this throughout, is negative 17. So this is the y-coordinate of our vertex. Remember, f of x and y are interchangeable. So now our vertex is just the point negative 3, because that's what we got as the x-coordinate, comma, negative 17, because that's what we got as our y-coordinate. So moving on to example 2, we have y equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 10. So again, I'm going to start by writing our a, b, and c value. So a is 2, b is negative 8, and c is 10. And you don't really need c for the problem, but I just think it's good to understand what a, b, and c are in the equations, just to get in the habit. So now what we're going to do is go to step 1, which is finding the x-coordinate of the vertex using x equals negative b over 2a. So we know that b is negative 8, so we're going to have negative 8, because we have negative b over 2a. And then we're going to have 2 times our a value of 2, and we're going to simplify and evaluate this. So negative 8 is just positive 8. 2 times 2 is 4. And 8 over 4 is 2. So we get that the x-coordinate of our vertex is 2. Now to find the y-coordinate, we are going to replace x with 2 in our equation. So we have 2 times our x-coordinate of 2 squared minus 8 times our x-coordinate of 2 plus 10. And we're just going to simplify this. So we're going to have 2 times 2 squared is 4. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 10. 2 times 4 is 8. So 8 minus 16 plus 10. And now we just want to combine these. So 8 minus 16 is negative 8. So we have negative 8 plus 10. And negative 8 plus 10 is 2. So we get that our vertex is the point 2, 2. Let's go through 2 more examples. So for these last two examples, I encourage you guys to pause the video and try them on your own, and then you can watch me work through them to make sure you've done them correctly. So taking a look at example 3, we have negative 3x squared plus 6x. So our a value is negative 3, our b value is 6, and we don't have any constant, so we don't have any number being added or subtracted at the end, so our c value is 0. And again, the c value doesn't really matter for solving these problems, but it's important to know for other types of problems. So to find the vertex, we're going to start by finding the x-coordinate using negative b over 2a. Our b value is 6, so we're going to have negative 6 over 2 times our a value, which is negative 3. We're going to keep negative 6 on the top. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. And negative 6 over negative 6 is just 1. So we get that the x-coordinate of our vertex is 1. And now we're going to plug that back in to find the y-coordinate. So we're going to do f of 1, and we're going to replace all of our x's with 1. So we have negative 3 times 1 squared plus 6 times 1. So f of 1 equals negative 3 times 1 squared is 1, plus 6 times 1 is 6. F of 1 is equal to negative 3 times 1 is negative 3, plus 6. And finally, negative 3 plus 6 is just positive 3. Remember, this is the y-coordinate of our vertex. So our vertex is the point 1, 3. And finally, taking a look at our last example, we have y equals negative 1/2 x squared plus 2x minus 1. So our a value is negative 1/2, our b value is 2, and our c value is negative 1. So we're going to start by finding the x-coordinate of our vertex. So we know our b value is 2, so we're going to have negative 2 over 2 times our a value, and our a value is negative 1/2. And now we're going to simplify. So we have negative 2 on the top. 2 times negative 1/2 is negative 1. And negative 2 over negative 1 is positive 2. So we get that the x-coordinate of our vertex is positive 2. And now we're going to plug that back into our equation to find the y-coordinate. So we're going to have y equals negative 1/2 times our x-coordinate of 2 squared plus 2 times our x-coordinate of 2 minus 1. And we're going to simplify. So we have negative 1/2. 2 squared is 4, plus 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1. And we're going to continue to simplify. Negative 1/2 times 4 is negative 2, plus 4, minus 1. And now we're just going to combine the numbers on the right side. Negative 2 plus 4 gives us 2. We have 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So we get that our vertex is the point 2, 1. So hopefully this video helped you guys understand how to find the vertex of quadratics in standard form. You really just have to remember this equation, x equals negative b over 2a, which is going to give you the x-coordinate of the vertex, and then you want to plug that back into your equation to find the y-coordinate. And if you guys want some more practice with problems similar to the ones we went over today, check out the link in our description for a free practice worksheet.